Hello and welcome to another episode of the PES-Association Football Podcast. Once again, it's Kevin.
And Natchai.
Yep, just us two again this week. Welcome to 2030.
It's 2030 already?
Well, it is by the time they'll hear this.
Okay.
Okay,
cool.
it's still 2029 for it's still 2029 for us, but no, we're as the time we're recording this, it's the last Friday of season 17. So yeah, by the time it's edited and these guys hear this, it'll be season 18. But yes, so we have a Natchai back with us, he was a bit poorly the other day for a week. So if you wondered why you saw me a lot, that was that was why. But all is well now, yeah.
Yeah.
That's good to hear. How was your season? Season 16, I guess this is.
So the previous season.
The previous season, from our point of view.
It was okay. I ended up somewhere around 12 or something, I think, somewhere around there. So not a lot that changed and stuff like that, but I guess users will have read the blog and will know what I did. I changed my entire formation and stuff like that. So
yeah. So how's that been going with the formation changes? Has there been some progress?
It seems that I'm doing better in cups. Liga is still somewhat the same, but then again, I'm still building up my team a lot. So
it takes time. This is what people forget. It takes time. It's not instant. You're not going to get instant gratification on doing any of this.
That's part of the fun of it, I guess. Because I mean, while you're trying to build a team, you're also trying not to get relegated.
Yeah, because you've got to have those, as I've termed before, the fallow seasons where you've got to go, okay, well, I'm not going to be challenging for stuff this year. Let's get my house in order.
Exactly. And then that's been going on for the previous season and now this season. While I'm building up some coins and building up some scouting tickets in order to get some players in. So, how was your season?
It was, this is the thing, because obviously that would have been the third season of the experiment, with just letting the players age and forcibly keeping them, and it started to show. I wasn't in the top three. I can't remember what position I was. I think it was like something like. No, I think I was like fourth or something, because I had a late charge from mid-table, but it was starting to show with the aging and the players not performing nearly as well as they did. The average ratings were all down. I wasn't in the statistics tables at all, which I can't remember the last time that I wasn't in the statistics tables. Yeah, so and a couple of the players are really started to age badly, and you could see it with it's starting to really affect the overall ratings. I mean, there's one guy who's this season, I think he started as 86 and now he's down to 74. He has aged so rapidly, and he's one of my central defenders. But it's funny because his partners are from the same club and they're both from the same rating of 86, and he hasn't aged at all, of course. So he's still 86 and his sort of friends going down. My goalkeeper's aged a lot, and he's gone down from 80s and he's in the 70s now. It's just weird seeing those yellow numbers go to green and then very suddenly go to white. But yeah, this season is because, especially as I made the decision that the fact that the boots were on everyone was slowing the effect down and was mitigating the damage too much. I left the boots off everybody, and oh boy, yeah, the aging's there. Because I'm like 13th, 14th and skirting relegation, which is what obviously should be the case.
Yeah, exactly.
Should be the case. That's what you get if you keep hold of these players for ages. You can mitigate it a bit with boots, but end of the day, these players are old now. Podolski's, who was one of the best players in the area at one point in time, is now really bad. really, really bad. Yeah. But yes, So that's my season coming up, and I finally will get to stop this as of next season, this experiment, and try and put my team back to the way it was, or as near as I can make it, and start challenging for the league again. Okay, so as for what's been occurring, well, Natchai got the energy machine working.
Yes, finally.
Yeah, you see, we've been trying to get that thing fixed for ages.
Yeah, because I was home last week all week, I just figured, I might as well do this.
You did some tinkering.
Yeah.
I see. Yes, but so it's all worked out well for you guys. Double energy is currently on. We're not sure how long it's going to last.
No.
Depends on the stresses on the machine, obviously. It's very difficult to manipulate the entirety of the space-time continuum. So
yeah.
Especially, when you're having to scrounge bits of metal from here and there and raid skips and things. So
I mean, I can't service it while I'm doing community support, so it takes me getting sick for it to get fixed.
Indeed. We'll have to make you more sick. I'm moving you next to I'm moving your desk next to where the open window is.
Please don't.
We're coming to winter, aren't we? With the cold winds and things. We'll get you ill in no time. And more support for you. More support, less sleep. That's what we need. That's what we need. Okay. Don't worry, kids. I'm not going to actually make Natchai sick. Okay, but we have double energies here. People get confused sometimes when we say double energy. What we mean by that is it replenishes at double the rate. So it was 10 minutes.
Now it's 5 minutes.
And that's 5 minutes. And then it will go back to 10 minutes again when this is over.
Yeah. And no, your bar will not load up to 80. It will stay at 40.
No, yeah. Could we put the energy up to 99? No. That was somebody asked me the other day, and I was like, no. If you gain more energy, then obviously you'll go up on top of your natural limit of 35 or 40, depending upon your level. Yeah. But otherwise, no, once that is done, that is done. Okay, we also had new special packs.
Yes.
These give you a 9 stat in one of the stats. So if you wanted, if your formation is very technical, it's very technically minded, you could get one of these special packs and pick obviously the technical one, and it will give you an array of players, a short list of 4, all of whom have a 9 or higher in that stat, so 9 or 10 basically.
Mm-hmm. That's pretty good.
That is pretty good.
It's definitely displaying like the diversity of the things that we can input into the scouting tickets.
Yeah.
Because we've already had like the specific positions and stuff as well.
Mm.
So I think players will appreciate it. Hopefully.
Like those who use the store anyway.
Yeah.
So, one little thing about that, incidentally, guys, we seem to be getting a lot of messages from people saying that we're not updating the game and that the special packs are going in. The special pack is the equivalent of like changing a query. It really is. And when we've got loads of these ready and waiting to go, and it'll only appear every season. Mm-hmm. It does not waste dev time, as somebody accused it yesterday. It does not waste dev time to like alter a query and do a couple of images to support a new pack in the store. Okay. Yes, but we're working on the devs are working on many other things, which we'll get to momentarily. Mm-hmm. One of which was the fix for the out of contract players, because they were playing too well.
Yeah, that was weird because they should have had a maximum of 9, and some of them were having 3s on a match rating.
Yeah, it should have been like 1 or 2.
Yeah,
and then or 1 with a very rare 2.
Yeah,
and yet 2 was quite common, and 3 was appearing.
Yeah,
and some players were coming up against all, effectively zombie teams, because all the players are out of contracts, and they were losing. because their players are playing really well.
Yep.
So obviously that wasn't what was supposed to happen. The fix was attempted a while ago, didn't stick for some reason, but now it has. And if you do see any players, and this does include talk, so I know somebody asked me that the other day, any players who do have a free and have the aquamarine cross next to them saying that they're out of contract, let us know. Just send us a message and we'll send this data onto the devs.
Yeah.
So from now, okay. So if you see one like 3 weeks ago that had it, then chances are we've already seen that one. But yes, I came across a number of teams like that, or with several players out of contract the other day, and they were all one.
Yeah,
they were all
I've had that
one.
as well.
We've actually made them worse. With the fix, we've actually deliberately made them slightly worse. One other thing to actually say with those is the boots, because I had a theory when we were looking into this that it might be that boots were on these out of contract players, which is why they were getting a free. It turns out that wasn't the case, but it's now been specifically made so that if you do put boots on any of these players, then it will have zero benefits to the player. It will do absolutely nothing.
Which is good, because, I mean, who would put boots on an expired contract?
Yeah.
You should save up your coins and renew the contract.
Yeah. The player takes it as an insult.
Yeah.
Let's say that. The player takes it as an insult. It's like, would you like a new contract? Yes, I would like a new contract. Okay, here's a pair of boots. Yeah,
they'll go earn it.
They're going to be annoyed with you. So they're not going to care how they play for you. So yeah, that is now sorted. We hit a landmark.
We hit a landmark, yeah. We've got 250,000 likes on Facebook.
Woo! Party!
Party!
Party in the house! Gold tickets for everyone, which is exactly what we did.
Yeah.
And yes, everyone got a gold midfielder. And
sadly, everyone wanted gold something else.
Yeah, naturally enough, as soon as we say, give us gold, here's a gold. We didn't want that one.
We wanted another gold.
It was funny. It's yes, it was a gold midfielder.
Mm-hmm.
And we did get a lot of messages saying thank you, which was nice.
Yeah, exactly.
Which was nice. Really we got that, and actually, what we were really interested in was those of you that actually let us know which players you got on the Facebook messages. That we love those, just seeing what people got, because there was a real array of players as well, and they were all really useful. Mm-hmm. Really useful ones that we think could have really benefited people. So
lots of great players. I saw like Ribéry in the
Ribéry was mentioned a couple of times. Somebody said, I've got Wiltshire, and they're really upset.
No, Cleverly.
Cleverly, that was
there
it.
was a guy with Cleverly.
That was it, because you were talking about Wiltshire the other day.
Yeah.
Because Cleverly, whoever was Cleverly was really upset. And it was like, no, because this is the thing, that any player, and I say this often now because it seems that people forget this, any player can be good or bad in this game. It depends entirely on how you play them.
Mm-hmm. Exactly. Overall ratings don't matter that much. We don't have
to
tell
matter
you
at all. They're just a guide.
Exactly.
They don't affect the game. The game, your match, how you win the match is not affected by the overall ratings.
So yeah, on to the next milestone, which is 500,000.
Unless any of the other pages gets to a milestone first, but for the main English page, certainly it's 500,000 is the next one. And at the time of recording, we're on 254,000.
Yeah.
And a smidge. So, yeah, get some more people. Tell your friends to like this page. Remember, if you've not actually liked the Facebook page yet, there's something in it for you now, because it will get you one of the achievements in the game, and it will get you some more resources. Yeah. So, so if you haven't liked the page yet, please do. Also, look out for the Twitter accounts, because the Twitter accounts do other giveaways.
Yeah.
That
people didn't seem to know this.
Yeah, they do. Yeah, somebody said to me the other day on the forum, was like, "Can you please put the Can you please put the Twitter giveaways on Facebook because I don't use Twitter, which kind of defeats the point of it being on Twitter. But yes, there are giveaways of tickets and energy and coins occasionally on the Twitter account, which is just for those people. And they tend to get some more sort of outlandish messages, I think, from us, or they're more sort of us playing the game and occasionally talking to you directly on that. So
you can be a bit more free.
We're a little bit more free and easy on the Twitter, because it's a one-to-one basis as opposed to.
It's not as public as
it's still public. The Facebook page is more to do with the game, and the Twitter account's I think more to do with playing the game. You could say. So it's a slightly different experience. So please do
tweet us.
PES-AF _N.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Or for any other pages, it would be FR or DE or
ES or IT.
Yeah.
So PES-AF _ and then ENFR IT ES or DE.
Yeah.
That has been your advertisement break for the podcast. Something I wanted to bring up, which was the Facebook payments.
There's been a lot of problems with Facebook payments.
Yeah, it's something to do with the connection between Facebook and the game. And it's like Facebook then sort of stops midway through the transaction and goes, "Oh, I've got the money," and then doesn't do anything else. What it's supposed to do, Facebook, is tell the game that, "Hello, they've bought something and you need to give them this," and then Facebook goes, "Here's the money that they've paid us to give to you."
Yeah.
But instead, Facebook's been going, "Ha ha ha, money," which is a problem. Or alternatively, there's been some problem with the transaction itself, and it's like stalled or it's stopped, or the transaction process has broken down. If you have any of these, please message us on the Facebook page. Says a private message, obviously, because you're talking about your financial stuff.
Yeah.
And then we'll go through things with you. Some instances, these are. Some instances that the transaction hasn't gone through, it's failed and you've not been charged at all. Some instances Facebook hasn't passed on the money and then you need to speak to them.
Yeah.
And in some cases it's just broken down in that final state, and then we can give you the thing that you've paid for, if of course the money's actually come this way.
Yeah.
Because that's the thing, obviously, if there's no money
that was registered with us, we can't do anything.
Yeah. If the person who has the money is Facebook, then Facebook needs to hand it over to us or hand it over to you. And we don't mind either of them as long as you get what you want.
Exactly.
But yeah, it's not our thing. Also, another reminder about mobile payments. Mobile payments have an extra charge on them.
Yes.
And that's from the account and whoever Facebook uses to do digital stuff. That extra charge that goes on there is nothing to do, not our doing, and we don't get any of that.
No.
The money that you pay for the item is the amount of money that goes to Konami.
Yes, exactly.
But yes, so always check when you do a store item. That when you're making the payment, the amount is what you expect it to be. And if not, find out why before you start paying anything.
Yeah.
Please. Okay. There was some investigation done by Dibizal actually about this next item.
Basically, what he proposes is that on Tour 2, in certain nodes, like for instance, you would get a contract card from the Barcelona Tour. But then if you would replay that Barcelona Tour a couple of times, the chances of you getting a contract card would be higher because he has already earned 4 or 5 contract cards this way. We've asked this to our developers if this is possible. They said that theoretically it's not possible, that a contract card would appear more likely on one specific node of the tour for you.
Yeah, this shouldn't be the case.
But they are investigating it at the moment.
Yeah. We've passed on the data to the dev team. They're interested in the data full stop, actually, aren't they? But yes, but to confirm the other part of this is that one of the questions we're getting is that, I'm not getting contract cards or I'm not getting gold tickets on this tour, which is why this actually happened, this investigation by Dibso in the first place. And people do get contract cards, they do get gold tickets, but they're listed as super rare. They're listed as super rare for a reason. It seems gold tickets slightly rarer than the contract cards, but people are getting them.
We have the percentages, and you have to be lucky to get them.
Yeah.
To be very lucky. Dibizal is obviously very lucky.
And if he's not very lucky, then we'll find out why and sort that.
Yeah. And no, we will not take his contract cards away.
And no, we will not tell you the percentages. Somebody was demanding that the other day. Like, tell us the exact percentages, chances. And it's like, no. But yeah, so just because you have not had a contract card or a gold ticket yet, that does not mean that they are not in there.
Yeah.
It's
a lot of players.
A lot of players were getting really frustrated with that, and so said, "Well, you're cheating me because I haven't got one, and other people have got like 2 or 3." And it's like, no, that's just the luck of the draw. By the laws of probability, if you get 100 people in a room and get them to roll a die, there will be several people there that will roll 2 die, and there'll be several people there who will get more doubles than any other person. That's not them being biased in their favour. It's
just them being
extremely lucky. It's just the laws of probability. And yes, so just because you do not have something, that doesn't mean it doesn't exist.
No.
If trains are running now, which you are not on, that does not mean that they're not running. Okay.
If a tree falls in the forest.
Yes. Welcome to PES-AF Zen. If a manager makes a substitution, does he make a sound? No, he doesn't. Although actually, we're getting onto substitutions right at the end of this, which will interest some of you. Then there was the seasonal update, which got delayed.
Unfortunately, yes. So what was supposed to happen is that at the start of last season, I believe, all the seasonal updates should have been completed. So all the transfers, all the player rating updates, stuff like that, should have all come through, but due to internal
there's lack
delays
of
and stuff like
there
that.
were some delays, and not all the assets had been acquired yet. So it wasn't finished, basically. So it couldn't be put up half done.
No. So now the team is taking the time to make everything as complete as possible, with some other implementations actually. And we will be releasing that normally the 21st of October.
And we're going to be telling you some details about that, some very exciting details about that, after our normal sort of question time that we will have very shortly. But yes, so that's why those players are like that. We'll also have an FAQ or a tutorial or some kind of descriptive article for you to explain how things will be different with the players and the new formations. But just to clarify something that we've been saying for a little while now, guys, if you have a player who has moved clubs and you have him at his old club, he will still be at his old club with his old stats. Yeah. He won't change clubs, he won't change optimizations or stats or anything like that. Because when you sign the player, you sign him at whatever state he's in. It's like a basic format. And then whatever happens to that player afterwards, I mean, he's your player. He plays for your team. He will age, he will improve, he will, get worse depending upon his age. And so the stats and what he does at that point is unique to you. If we were to actually change that, then it's very likely we might make a load of your players utterly useless.
Yeah.
And also, when the formations came, if the new formations came in and then changed all of your optimizations and made your team rubbish, so you'd have to do a lot of transfers. Mm-hmm. You'd be pretty annoyed with us, so that's one of the reasons why. You'll get the new player when October 21st rolls around.
And you will only find him in the transfers.
Well, yeah, if you were to buy that player again but yeah. That player is your player, and if you've still got that player, the only reason that you have that player still is because he fits in your team and plays well.
Yeah.
And if that changed, he wouldn't fit in your team anymore, most likely, and probably wouldn't play well. Okay. So anyway, but this whole thing about the different free states of the free types of the same player that you can get, this will all be explained later. Don't worry. Right. Question.
On to the questions.
Yeah, question time. Josip asks, when is the scouting system going to change?
We don't know if it's ever going to change.
If it does change, it will only be a very marginal change. The basis of the actual scouting system is that there's, you'll get a variety of players and then you'll choose what it is. If you had the opportunity to be exact on all aspects of it.
Yeah. It would require a lot of resources from your part.
Yeah, well, it would probably cost you a lot to do it. Mm-hmm. But you start down that path to how everybody's going to have the same players.
Team. Yeah.
And it's like, okay, this is if you could narrow down your search, like, okay, I want that player, then there's no point in scouting really at all. You're just like, okay, here's a list of players. Here's the 30 that you'll actually pick. and won't pick any others.
You could just enter a search function.
Yeah. So it's part of the management experience to try and there's players who are available to you, mm-hmm. which is it is just like transfer market. There are players that on any other games there are players who won't be available to you because they're signed up or what have you. These are the players that are available to you when you scout. Mm-hmm. Now, would it be nice that you could search for a left or a right or sided or something? Well, yes. People still saying, why is it so much harder to get a left-sided or right-sided player? So, well, there's a 75% chance that you won't get a left or a right-sided player, and there's a 50% chance that you will or won't get a central player because there's twice as many players in the centre as there are anywhere else. So yeah, so if it does change, it'll be something very incremental, possibly linked to the stadium development, which we've mentioned before. And we're no idea where that's coming. That's kind of been bumped down the list of priorities now, in terms of development. But if it comes in, it'll come in there. But the basic system of the four players, I don't think it's going to change that much.
No.
So Jordi asked the same question he's been asking for about 2 weeks now, which is, when is the UK tour coming? Hopefully October 21st.
That would be nice.
That would be really nice. That would be nice. Hopefully that's coming.
I just had a question about the Merseyside formation again.
Another one about the Merseyside.
Yeah, everyone's crazy about the Merseyside.
You don't have to worry about that, because eventually when the new maps come in with new formations, then you will be able to get it if you've not already got it. Besides, if you're a new player, you can select them as your club model and get it that way. Mm. Oh yes, which brings me very neatly onto actually Another question, which is, can we change the club model? Or it's model club at the moment, but I've made it so that it's going to be just club model in the future because that actually makes more sense. Can we change it in the future? No. No, that was it. It's very specifically said when you picked it, like, this is it. So this is the one that you're basing your club on, or that is your favourite club.
Yeah.
Please be sure that you got this right before you say okay.
We're a very loyal bunch. Once you choose your favourite team,
that's
your
it.
favorite team.
That's it. For life.
Yeah.
Life. No.
It's like getting tattooed across the forehead.
No, because otherwise, if you were right at the beginning, you might be able to just go, okay, I'm going to pick this team, and I'm going to pick this team, and I'm going to pick this team, and I'm going to get the benefits of all these things. And no. Can we reset team to play at the start again? No. No, that's not something you can do.
It has to do with the database and stuff like that, and the fact that we can't
you can't just suddenly just leave and relegate yourself right the way back. I mean, a lot of people say that, I want to play other teams and things. But, you play other teams in the cup, but there's something to stop you going on and finding teams and playing them for friendlies and things. So...
and certain features are coming in too.
Yeah.
To help you play against others.
Yeah, there is definitely being worked on friendly tours.
Yeah.
Friendly tours, friendly cups, or friendly leagues.
Yep.
Certainly
something friendly.
Something friendly. So ones that you yourself can organise. That is part of the game coming in. Mm-hmm. Because we know it can be a little bit frustrating if your friend's in like another area or something like that. But obviously, this also requires like cross-server play and cross-server organisations. That's probably one of the reasons it's taking so long.
Yeah. It'll be interesting to see how that affects the people on the forum, though.
I think we can start doing when that comes in. Of course, we can start doing some invitationals.
Yeah, it would be cool.
Because everyone wants to face you.
My team sucks.
Everyone wants to face you, but your team sucks.
I mean, that's what they keep telling me.
No one ever asks to face me. Which is weird, because at the moment I'm like really, really vulnerable. Somebody said that to me the other day, again in the forum. It's like, I beat you like 3-2 on top. It's like, yeah, but I suck at the moment. I really suck. So I might come back in a couple of seasons when I'm like back up to speed, and like then try it and see what. But I think a lot of people would like that actually, if we had some kind of like just invitational tour or cup or something.
Community
the Natchai Celebratory Cup. Along with the Kevin Memorial Trophy. Oh dear. Right. We can actually let's sort that out once that comes in. We'll start having some special trophies perhaps.
Special titles.
Special titles, yeah. Actually, if you beat us, maybe that will happen. Actually, in the forum, you'll get a special title.
Yeah.
Or badge or something. We mentioned him earlier, which is bizarre. Mm-hmm. When is the contract length, when initially signing players, the custom contract length going to be implemented?
This was a feature that we talked about a whole while ago.
Yeah, but it's linked with the New Balance.
Yeah. So, yeah, we don't know if it's coming in or not anymore.
It depends. A lot of other things in the game are changing, and I think they're looking at how those affect it before making any more decisions on it.
Yeah.
So there's a lot of we don't knows at the moment on this, which we apologise for. But is there any news on the customization
front?
No, no, there isn't.
We've asked.
There isn't, but we're very hopeful. The dev team had an absolute array of ideas a while back about customization. Mm-hmm. I think customization is really going to be tied in with the stadium content. Yeah. So I suspect what you've got is if the 21st of October stuff is... We tend to have a big update every 5 seasons, and this is roughly around the same time period that that is about 5 seasons.
Yeah.
So... depends when that comes in, maybe season 23, 24, maybe. I would certainly hope by the end of the year we'd have some nice some nice customization stuff. I mean, we want that as much as you guys do.
Yeah.
Can I come and work for you? Oh, yeah.
It's funny because he just got rejected for a job application.
Who?
So I get Dibazal.
All right, I thought it was me for a minute. I was like, wait,
No.
what do I know? When did I apply for something? Am I going? No one's told me this.
No. You're safe. You're safe. The island council has decided that you're safe.
Oh, good. Oh, good. I thought I'd upset, Chow or something for a minute. It would be Chow from Chow. Oh, right, my job's safe. That's good news. Panic Cave. Oh, that's why. Okay. Oh, well, you wouldn't want to do that.
You'd have to deal with Dibazal for the entire
You have to
day.
you have to deal with people like Dibazal.
Yeah.
Oh,
Can you imagine that?
Horrid. It'd be horrid. No, wouldn't want that. Wouldn't wish that on anyone. Would you? Oh, terrible. Yeah. Actually, Dibazal's one of our managers of the month from last month. Actually,
Yeah.
He's been doing a fantastic job with helping new players in the game, along with Spaniard actually in the English one.
Yeah.
Really pleased with
There's
those
been
guys.
some really good help these past few days, weeks, months.
Indeed. It's that time again for Mac Johnson.
Johnson.
Oh dear. Will we be getting a different mode? Yes, we're adding flight to the game. No. I mean something to do when you don't have energy and don't get and doesn't get you anything useful. Just pass time. Time passes by.
You can come to the forum.
Yeah, you can come to the forum. Oh no, he probably
And ask
can't
questions.
actually. There is there's going to be this friendly
yeah.
tournament and things like that.
But we don't have any specifics whether that's gonna take energy or whatever. So
Yeah, I don't think that won't take energy.
I hope not. It wouldn't make sense.
I won't let it take energy. No, that will not take energy. But it'll give something to do, as he says, actually, whilst passing the time. For those players who desperately want to stay on the game and play it for a long period. How about some kind of bonus for the team if the user is viewing it live? Everyone asks whether the user is viewing it live, say 9% possession.
It's not possible.
It's the same reason for the substitutions, in that if we did that, it would kind of screw over the poor people living in South America for a start, because several of the
matches,
the static match times are like very AM,
Yeah.
very
Right in the middle of
AM
night
for them. And the later ones are very, very AM for the Asian players.
Yeah. So yeah,
Kawhi was like up at like 2 a.m. or 3 a.m. right at the beginning of the game. And watching all the matches. It's like, you don't have to do that. You really don't. You're making yourself ill. So yeah, it's because of that we don't implement some kind of system. The benefit that you do get from watching the games is knowledge.
Yeah.
Because you get to see how the team plays, exactly what happens in the game, what players are doing well, and as the match report goes along, so you can make sort of assumptions and deductions from that as to some of the inner workings of your team, or at least some of the workings of your team versus that kind of team that your opponent is. Okay, Jose. We've got a proper football question now. I'm going to ask this. I'm going to ask you this. Jose Mourinho has been on a streak of destroying players at Madrid. There was Kaká and Casillas, and now at Mata.
And Lukaku. Oh my God, Lukaku. Yeah, but a lot of Belgian players for
yeah.
Mourinho. Lukaku, De Bruyne.
Mm-hmm.
Belgium does not like Mourinho right now.
Yeah, it's unfortunate, but
he has his reasons. I mean,
the reason he's not playing Mata is because Mata doesn't fit into his formation.
He's not optimized.
Wow, yeah, exactly. Exactly. So Mourinho would actually make a good manager for PES-AF.
Yeah.
A pity, because I think he's doing something for some other one, but
yeah.
Unfortunately, but he's got the right idea, and perhaps you should think of that yourself. You know, this player does not fit into the way you play. He doesn't fit into the formation. This is the path that you've chosen to go. He may well be one of the best players in the world, but if he doesn't work there, this is a really good example, actually. If he doesn't work in your formation, don't play him.
I think he just looked at my team on PES-AF and saw that I...
Oh, yeah.
He just saw that I discarded the 94 Lukaku and was like, oh, okay.
That's why he's with the other game.
Yeah.
He's not good enough.
Yeah.
He can't... He's scared of you, Natchai.
Yeah.
That's why.
That's obvious. I mean.
Yeah. You should challenge him, call him out or something. No, wait. That'd be against the rules of the forum. Okay.
Mourinho in bold.
Mourinho's scared of me. So scared he won't play our game. Okay. Have you ever been to a live match at Old Trafford?
No.
No, wish I had. I've been to Man Red Stadium several times, actually.
To what? For picnics?
There's a story here, but we don't have enough time in this room to tell it. But it's actually a really funny story involving me on a road trip with a couple of people and trying to find the home of Man Red. And finding everything, and I mean everything but. Okay, so...
It sounds like the beginning of a great documentary.
Yeah, it really is. It's a really funny story, and I'm annoyed that I don't get to tell it. But we've got questions and things to get through. When the questions come up for this, somebody asked me as one of the questions for the podcast, or podcast 10, podcast X, podcast to the extreme. Somebody please ask me what is your Manchester story, Kevin, and I will happily tell you because it is really funny, and yeah, just shows you that people from other countries don't quite necessarily understand how things work with football clubs and rivalries. Bazinga says, I was just randomly looking through the member list when I noticed somebody called PES-AF Cloud. Who is he/she? Well,
it's kind of a weird story that you're bringing it now, because he actually just left.
Yeah, we could have got him. We could have got him in before. Now we can't.
He was one of our German CMs, who has now moved on to other things, and we wish him well, of course. Mm-hmm. But yeah, I mean that's all that we can say right now.
Yeah. So you didn't see him before, and you'll probably never see him again. But yes, so he was one of the other members of the CM team. The other members of the CM team, incidentally, are not on this podcast because I've got them busy. So busy doing things and talking to you guys and helping you out. So, Lakia. Oh, was this Lacey just changed the name?
I think so. Yeah.
Lasica, then, or Lakika, One of the two.
Something.
I'm gonna say it's Lacey anyway. Can you make the GUI more intuitive and user friendly? A lot of going around for nothing. Signed players, playing friendlies, contracts, playing tour games. Everything is so complicated. When I've got the time, I would only want to see my uncompleted tour games. And when I want to sign somebody, I just want to
kick somebody else,
not waiting that much. It doesn't take that long. But, I mean, there's one of the changes that is being investigated is how best to change the actual graphical look of the game. And to indeed to optimize it and make it better looking and make it less clicks. But, I mean, that's the thing, is that since we've started, it's sort of been, everything's been changed around and moved around and slightly moved up and slightly moved to the left and things to accommodate new buttons and things as the gameplay has developed and there's new things have been put onto the game. But so it's roughly around the time that we need to have a complete sort of overhaul of that. So whilst it's not as bad as that, I mean, I don't think
it's not bad.
I mean, picking a player from the transfer list isn't, you know,
it's not rocket science.
There are so many. You have to go through certain steps.
Yeah. And
that's not going to be. I don't think you can really streamline that. As for your completed tour, you could be doing multiple nodes at any given time. So that's, you know, or you may decide that you don't want to go back to the tour that you were doing and then continue with something else. So that's yes. But a team will definitely be working on.
Yeah, we're always looking for tweaks.
We're always looking for improvements.
Yeah.
Okay, will we get some graphic visualization anytime soon, like circles running on a pitch or something? Well, you've got the ball moving across the field.
Yeah.
That's still there when there's a match going on, so you can see where the actual ball's being played about. But I think the focus is really on other aspects as opposed to the representation of the games, which frankly most of you just skip anyway.
Yeah.
So I think we had this before actually as well. Why don't you do, you know, a big graphical representation of that? It's like, well, you just skip it anyway, and why would you spend an absolute ton of dev time doing that
when it just gets skipped?
When, you know, 96% of the people wouldn't be interested in it. Harsh but true. Sadly. What about stadium building for bonuses and fan gaining based on team performance? Something to do with fan building would be really nice, actually. Yeah. I'd like that. But again, there are many things I'd like in the game. The stadium we've mentioned before. Don't know what's happening with that now, but it's definitely
being worked on.
It's definitely still being worked on and looked at. But obviously it's going to be the season after next at the absolute very earliest. And I doubt there's going to be that, actually. More yearly achievements and maybe quests. Well, somebody's been writing achievements for you. And yes, well, once we've had a year of the game, then you might see an achievement, perhaps. But there's definitely more achievements coming your way, if I have anything to say about it. So, and there'll be achievements for different things. As for quests, something utilising the tour maps, that's something that I'd be interested in doing. Very much so. In fact, something that I'm going to mention a little bit later is sort of that. But you'll have to wait and see. Training players, upgrading their skills and teaching positions, make them an adequate part of the squad. This is something that Josip was talking about it, I think.
I think it was Josip, yeah.
And we put to the dev team about, you know, some sort of training regime and obviously the more you play a position in the team, the more that player becomes acclimatized to it. That's something the dev team were looking at as well. So people in the community were thinking this, we were sort of thinking this, and they were sort of thinking this. So maybe something like that will happen. Again, this might be tied in with the stadium, because if you're doing custom building things for the stadium, then you would have extra backroom staff, and you would have thought some kind of coach or specific coach for a position or something might be a part of your backroom staff. But then, okay, how much does that cost you? Because then you've got to pay them a wage. Which is actually something we've not talked about as part of that before.
No.
But you would definitely have to, if you're getting some sort of benefit from that, you would definitely have to have more. You have to spend money on that on a seasonal basis, because they're a contracted member of the side. I guess David just does it out of love.
Yeah.
The club. start charging you for David's services. That'll go down well. Why model club? Can we change later? We should at least yearly. No, I don't. I don't see why that would make any difference.
No, your favorite team stays your favorite.
Well, so if your team did very, very poorly, you want to change allegiances.
That's when they need you most.
Yeah, you stick with the team that you. Yeah, we're not having that. No. No fair with the fans here, thank you. We're a proper football fan. This is what PES is, proper football.
Exactly.
Stick with what you got. I know we're both Man Red fans, but we've been Man Red fans for many, many, many years. Yeah. And me, long before they were like successful in the modern era. So, before somebody points out that that as a big contradiction. Actually, I should have chosen Man Red or Man Blue, but I chose Milan. It's my real life favourite, but in this game, tactics are really hard to implement with non-original players. But that's based off Milan's formation, so that's not.
Yeah, it would have been the same thing for Man Red or Man Blue.
Yeah. Tortu fixed some of the previous complaints I had about gameplay. Okay, well, that's good news. I like the way I can loan somebody, then release them, and loan them, release them, which is much more flexible team management. So I think that means about the contract cards as opposed to Tortu.
No, not the contract cards, the substitution players from Tortu, I think.
Yeah, I mean, I suppose it's both, actually, yes,
But it has brought more flexibility.
Yeah, it's another option for players.
Yeah,
certainly. I'm waiting for some coins for Falcao to renew. To use international formation again. That their cards are too rare. Well, yeah, because international formation you can't get to them.
Yeah, not anymore.
You can't get them. This is the thing. They were the 4 teams that were there, and they were there as an invite a friend.
Very briefly, actually.
Everyone turned their nose up at it.
Yeah.
At the time, everybody went, don't want that. And now, last 2 seasons, people have been seeing people with Brazil.
Yeah.
And other of the international formations that we had at the time, and they're going, no, I wanted that, and it's like, wait, I don't know how to play against these guys, and it's like, yeah, we told you that, we told you that these formations that not many players would get them, no players would have them after this date, so no new players coming in would get them. And there would be this puzzlement about how to deal with you. So it would be like an extra little advantage in terms of knowledge base. You would know how to deal with them because, it's your formation and you learn some stuff about that. But, yeah. Everyone was like, oh, don't want that. Give us gold cards. And now the pendulum has swung back and it's like, oh my God, no, actually, I really would like those back, please. Please, because those are powerful, and they are powerful formations.
Yeah.
Because then international ones. Okay, that was actually all the questions we had, believe it or not. Okay, let's rattle through these if we can. Okay, so speaking of international formations, actually, we're busy, working with the dev team to try and get some international flavoured content for you done.
Yeah.
There's a very exciting proposal on the table, which I'm waiting to hear about. But yeah, so I mean that would be a sort of a quest, as was mentioned earlier. So hopefully we'll have that at some point down the line. One thing that was pointed out to us regarding boots the other day was that they seem to disappear. Or they disappear at the end of the season, even if you've not played a game yet in League, if you've not been assigned to a league. We don't think that's particularly fair.
No.
So the dev team's going to look into changing that. We didn't even know this occurred until somebody pointed out to us the other day. So yeah, that's not fair. We'll make it so that doesn't happen if you've not been assigned to the league yet.
Yeah. Thank you for giving us that feedback.
Yeah, if you don't tell us these things, then we don't know these things in a lot of instances. So,
especially not for very early game content.
Yeah, so if you would like something, I was going to say if you'd like something changed, but if you like something changed that you think is kind of unbalanced, or there is some nuance to the game that you think that we may not be aware of, please let us know. And we'll either give you an explanation why that was the case, tell you no, because that's why the game is supposed to be played, or alternatively, we'll be able to, ask the dev team about it and discuss it, and then something like this may occur.
Yeah.
So that'll never happen again. Yes. Also, currently being discussed with us is something for the festive winter period.
You've written a whole lot of content for it.
I've written tons for it, yeah.
And it looks amazing.
Yeah, I know. I really hope this gets in the game because it would be brand new everything for everybody. So
I think it'll make a lot of people happy.
Yeah, it'll make a lot of people happy, and there's lots of hidden entertainment. I put lots of Easter eggs in everything I do. So you need to, if you understand what's going on, then you'll get like names and places and things like that. So I don't know how that will come into the game, or if it does, but it'll be with the dev team, and we'll see what happens. But we're looking at something for we'll say we call it Christmas, but we won't be able to call it Christmas in the game.
No.
Because of the internet. So
the winter holiday.
It'll be the winter holiday period, but it'll just be that there'll be a period over Christmas. So that'll be something big for the future, I hope. So there's lots of time to develop this, and that'll be good. Speaking of the 21st of October, which we mentioned earlier, which is the next time that things are coming in, well,
there's
all manner of things. Not just the updated players and the updated formations and other things, but Tor is changing.
Yeah.
To a degree we're not entirely sure of at the moment, but just to let you know, there is indeed Tor changes coming. And yes, again, we're not sure what at the moment, but rewards will be changing. Cost of Tor might be changing, but if the cost of Tor in energy goes up, then the actual rewards will go up by the same amount. So that'll be the same. But yeah, new rewards including coins. Wonderful coins. Bring coins back to Tor. Wait, you are bringing coins back to tour. Wait, that must mean you've got a reason for bringing coins back to the tour.
And yes, we do.
And yes, we do. Coins are coming back for the tour because Auction House.
Yeah, this has actually been suggested to us by some players in the past.
Indeed.
And now it's coming into the game.
Yes, indeed. Perhaps not in the way that you were thinking that it would do, but there is now going to be an auction house in the game, which is one of the reasons you'd probably need more coins.
What's going to be interesting about the auction house, though, is that it's going to be with legendary players.
Yes, indeed. If you're a player who plays the console version of the game, you're aware that there are these legendary players that are a part of it, and it is these players who will be coming into the game. There will be one of these players unique to every area. So there will be, let's say, there is a midfielder called Deckham, who's very good on the right. Very good with set pieces, let's say.
Yeah. Perhaps
Played for a country in the UK. And so there will be one of him in every area. So that's covering all the league networks as well. So there'll be one of those players, and you will bid to sign this player with your in-game coins. There'll be other ones of other. There'll be more than just this one player, obviously, but there'll be one instance of him per area. So once somebody's got him, you can't, and no other team can get him. He won't appear in the transfers. This the only place you can get him is in the auction house.
Yeah.
So that's going to be interesting. We're not quite sure what age they're coming in at, these players, because
if they're coming in at their current age.
For some of them, that might be very interesting. Hooray! It's a 60-year-old goalkeeper. His jumping isn't what it used to be. He's dived. He's not getting up very quickly. It's...
Oh, you said dived. I thought you said died.
Oh. That would be really awkward.
Yeah, imagine that commentary coming into the game.
There's your players having injuries, and then that's a bit severe. That's something coming into the game. There's going to be new maps, one of which we hope is going to be the new UK map.
We hope so.
Or it'll probably be called England, but it'll be England with the Scottish teams in as well. We've asked for that, so it'll be. And then there may even be a second one.
Yeah.
Depending upon how things go, if there's enough time to do that. But hopefully there will be more, and hopefully in the newer style. There'll be coins in there as well. I'm not sure how those will work in terms of the balance between the awards, but there you go.
We'll be keeping a close eye on them.
Indeed.
Because we don't want the same situation that we had before.
No, exactly. And that's the thing, we'll be putting this in there, but, if it comes to a point where everyone starts having huge amounts of resources and things, and we'll have to dial it back again. But that'll depend upon how you guys play, because, we can test it, but how you guys play it is often very, very different to perhaps the way we would. So, but we're in beta still. So still getting this balance right and nailing things down. Speaking of things being nailed down, a thing that people have had a bee in their bonnet over for a while is the substitution system. Now, we asked for the rules, basically the full list of rules for substitutions and how it works. Those came back to us, and we looked over the rules as they stand. Now, it made sense to us.
Yeah.
The rules made sense to us, and for an automated system, that was fine. Unfortunately, based upon the rules we saw, the game is not following
the rules.
Not following the rules at the moment. And I mean, to give you an idea, there's a percentage chance of a substitution happening, and it goes up over time, and it starts at a specific, and the clock, if you like, starts at a certain point during the match. Now, we know that that's not working correctly because we're all getting substitutions before that time starts.
Yeah.
So that must be broken, and it must be wrong. So whilst it's still doing it, and to emphasise again, the reason why you sometimes get players picked into a certain position, that was explained, and that did make sense, and that is working as intended, because it picks a player from the bench who can perform at a certain level, and if it picks a player who may not necessarily be the ideal choice for that position, it's still picking somebody that will maintain this sort of minimum base level of rating for you. But yeah, what is supposed to be doing and what it's actually doing is wrong at the moment for the rest of it, in terms of the timing and why you've got multiples and so that is being looked into with great speed and detail. If you do have any instances, and I'm not asking for all of you to do this, obviously, but if you've got one that's like, I mean, really excessively early, please send us a screenshot of that.
If you're getting 3 substitutions at the 18-minute mark. Yeah,
please send us a screenshot of that. Obviously, just a private message on Facebook, because then the dev team will be able to look at the match. They'll be able to identify the match from the screenshot and look into the specific reasons why the rules are doing that. So yeah. So as for choosing positions, it's doing the right thing. When it's doing the right thing is wrong. But yes, so it's sort of a 50-50 there. So, but yeah, so we're looking into that, and we said to the dev team it is positively not working, and then that is it. That is being looked into. Okay, we have run out of time, folks. That is it. That is everything we got. So we're back next time, probably with the whole team then.
Yeah.
On our 10th podcast.
Woo!
Wow, those have gone quick, haven't they?
You know people will demand gold tickets, right?
Oh gosh, no, hey, we're doing the work here. We're the ones recording this and editing it and doing all the other things. You give us gold tickets. We want coins and gold tickets off you. Huh? Anyway, we'll be back next time. Have a good season, guys. We'll be back with more questions and answers for you next time on the PES-Association Football Podcast. Bye for now.
Bye.